What's up guys, Mr. iTalk Apple here bringing you another video, and today I have my first review for Dark Avenger Rank Plus, and I'm looking forward to bringing it to you guys. It is Fatale issue 11, and this is an in-depth review, so there will be spoilers. However, just as a quick disclaimer that this is actually the first issue of Fatale I have ever read, so I don't know a lot about the series, but it says it's a perfect place for new readers to jump on, and it's a standalone story, so I figured I'd be able to jump on. It starts out with someone called Officer Nelson being drinking in a bar, and he's obsessed with this woman called Josephine, and he thinks that she has left him. Now that seems to be devastating to him because of all the things that he's done. And then we see what he's done. This is the kind of recap bit that I like. It's nicely fitted in here. That they found her at the scene of a double homicide, a double murder, but after that he just couldn't stop thinking about her, so much so that he actually killed his own partner just so he could be with her and just so he could break her out. So we see right away how much of an influence Josephine has on men, and that she can get them to do whatever she wants, and that's quite interesting. So we keep going, and we see that everything up to the current where they are searching for someone called the Writer, and the search brings them to this town where he's been left in the bar from the beginning of the comic by Josephine, and cuts back to now. He's thrown away his entire life, and now Josephine's not coming back, which means he's got nothing else to live for. So Officer Nelson goes on to train tracks while the train's coming. Next we cut to the writer's house where Josephine has arrived. His name's Alfred Ravenscroft, and basically she wants to question him about a particular book, and it is a magazine called Ghastly Tales, and the story in it is called The Demon from Beyond Hell. And she found this book, and when she read it, she realised that it contained every single part of her nightmare that she kept, which was a recurring dream. And so she had to find out who wrote this and why he wrote this, where he got the story from. He tells her where he got the story from, and it's back in his past when he was a child. Basically, he's on an expedition with someone called Mr. McVicker in Mexico. Later on, about 4 days in, the guy starts to go crazy, and then the next morning, two burros are dead, and there's two burro carcasses. So he starts to get a bit worried about what's going on here. So he starts to investigate. Next, we see him invading McVicker's tent to find a book. Now, this book is written in a strange foreign language that he's never seen before. And as he's reading the book, he starts to imagine things and picture things. He pictures a monster coming out of the darkness and grabbing him from behind, and he's found out reading the book, and he ends up killing one of the followers of McVicker and runs away. So basically this crazy book has given this picture of a demon with all these arms. Now this is the same picture that Josephine's getting. He starts talking about his mother, how it was a long time before she came home, but pieces of her were left in Mexico, big pieces. Josephine asks, did they ever find what they were looking for? And did she say what they found down there? And he says no, she never did. She just cried about McVicker a lot, but she never said much of an interest at all until this morning when she told me he would be coming here. But he ends up taking Josephine downstairs to meet his mother, and when she gets there, she finds nothing but a ghost, and it is the ghost of the creature that she dreams about, the creature with the tentacles, and she's freaked out. So as soon as Josephine sees this ghost, she starts having pictures of her nightmare again, and she has to leave its instinct, and she runs. So basically, she finds out that she's not alone with this whole thing, and that it's not just a dream, it's reality, so she's not crazy. Then we cut to Nelson on the track, and he's sort of he's still brainwashed to the fact that he thinks Josephine's not coming back, so much so that he wants to kill himself, and he's waiting in front of this train when when he is pulled off by 3 men. And obviously they're searching for Josephine. That's what he's going to be bait. Then we cut to obviously Alfred Ravenscroft again, who starts to write again he starts picturing things again about what happened, and he starts to write, and then realises that his mother is gone. Then there's men, so it was men who were chasing Josephine. They arrived 2 days later to search for Alfred Ravenscroft, but he's hung himself because he can't live without his mother. So this was an interesting issue. So basically the whole story premise was that Josephine is searching for the writer of a book that pictures her nightmares. She has a huge influence on men, so much so that she can brainwash them, and that she has a recurring nightmare which makes her think she's crazy, and she wants to find out what this nightmare is about, and it leads her to this writer who wrote exactly what her nightmare was, because he's experienced it. So then she finds out she isn't crazy because he's experienced it. Then we see in Officer Nelson, we see the effects truly of Josephine, the fact that he wants to kill himself because then she's gone. So a really good issue. Sorry if this review was a bit long, but this was a difficult book for me to review because this is the first issue I've read and I was still getting a bit of a grasp with it. But yeah, still a good issue. I enjoyed it. It was well written. It's well written by Ed Brubaker. Ed Brubaker is well known for being able to write stories like this really well, Noah type stories, and it's well written. I did enjoy it very much so, and the character of Josephine is a really interesting one in my mind. I'm really interested to see what happens with the whole Cthulhu type thing, and that'll be interesting to look at. The art by Sean Phillips is gorgeous in here. It's really, really nice artwork, and it fits so well with the story, the classic style and feel, and I really did enjoy this issue. So overall, I'd give this issue a 4 out of 5. It's well written and stuff, but for me personally, I didn't understand it a lot because if you have been picking up Fatale, I'm sure you'll probably like this issue more because you'll understand exactly what's going on 100%. But if you're just jumping on now because it said you can jump on, it's a new place for new readers to jump on, and that it's a standalone tale, it's not really, and I would be very cautious about jumping on. So you have been warned if you do plan on jumping on that it is quite a difficult book to jump onto. So that is all I have time for today, guys. So if you haven't already, subscribe to Dark Avenger Inc. Plus. We'll have lots of great reviews on here, and we bring you lots of great content. If you want to see more videos from me, link to my channel will be in the description. Like the video, share the video, favourite the video, comment what do you think of Fatale, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. That's all I have time for. Peace.